There's an accusation about Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, the statement is something you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, you're going to find out, like how I'll handle this. And that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney.
Stop what you're doing. Lower your voice. And ask yourself one question. Why is 50 Cent smiling again? Because every time 50 posts with that quiet, I know something you don't, energy, somebody's legacy starts sweating. And this time? The internet says the bomb just went off, out of nowhere. Whispers exploded across social media claiming new ritual-style footage is circulating. Footage fans swear is connected to Jay-Z and a so-called sentencing narrative that sounds so insane it makes celebrity court dramas look like reruns of Sesame Street. And before you can say defamation lawyer, the timeline already decided this was bigger than music, bigger than beef, and way messier than any Super Bowl halftime show. No official confirmations. No clear sources. Just vibes. Screenshots. And 50 Cent casually poking the chaos like it's a science experiment. And that's the scary part, because when rumors hit this hard, without receipts, people start asking questions they were never supposed to ask. Old clips resurface. Lyrics get reinterpreted. Handshakes look suspicious. Suddenly, everyone's an internet detective with Wi-Fi and trust issues. Is it real? Is it exaggerated? Or is this another perfectly timed 50 Cent move designed to set the culture on fire and walk away laughing? Either way, once this rumor hit, there was no putting the lid back on. The moment this story cracked open, it didn't arrive politely. It kicked the door in, knocked over the furniture, and sat down like it owned the place. Because when 50 Cent posts something vague, the culture doesn't ask questions first. It grabs popcorn and waits for someone powerful to blink. This all started with a clip, or at least what people claim is a clip. No clear source, no official timestamp, just grainy visuals and louder interpretations. The internet instantly labeled it ritual footage, because of course it did. Online detectives don't whisper, they scream in all caps. Now let's slow this runaway train for half a second. No court documents confirm anything. No judges are giving statements. But that's never stopped a rumor once it smells blood. What made this situation explode wasn't the footage alone. It was the timing, the silence, and the fact that 50 Cent hovered nearby like a cat watching a laser pointer. No direct accusation, no detailed explanation, just enough breadcrumbs to drive conspiracy accounts into overtime. And the internet hates silence more than it hates the truth. Jay-Z's name entering the conversation sent shockwaves instantly. Not because of evidence, but because of influence. When you've been untouchable for decades, whispers feel louder than screams. And suddenly, every old lyric, interview, and business move felt suspicious to people already halfway convinced. Fans started pulling up clips from years ago like they were classified documents. Award show moments were slowed down frame by frame. Hand gestures became symbols, smiles became signals, and coincidences became confirmations. It was less investigation and more digital seance. Meanwhile, 50 Cent did what he does best. He let the internet do the dirty work while he watched the fire grow. One emoji, one caption, one repost was enough to fuel 1,000 think pieces. At this point, trolling isn't his hobby. It's a professional sport. The phrase sentencing began floating around without a clear origin. No courtroom, no gavel, just a word powerful enough to scare people into clicking. Some swore it was metaphorical. Others swore it was literal. And nobody could agree, which only made it spread faster. This is how modern scandals are born. Not from facts, but from friction. Confusion creates curiosity, curiosity creates clicks, and clicks create narratives. Truth usually shows up late, if it shows up at all. What really rattled people was how familiar this felt. Another powerful figure, another shadowy rumor, another "you'll see soon" promise. The cycle has repeated so often that audiences are trained to expect collapse. Even legends don't get the benefit of doubt anymore. Some fans defended Jay-Z aggressively, calling the story ridiculous. Others said the lack of denial felt loud. And a third group didn't care if it was true as long as it was entertaining. That's the scariest audience of all. The footage itself became almost secondary. Most people hadn't even seen it. They were reacting to reactions, commenting on commentary, believing beliefs. The rumor was now bigger than its source. Hip-hop history doesn't help calm the situation either. Decades of beef, betrayal, and power plays make every theory feel plausible. People remember who climbed, who stayed, and who disappeared quietly. The past fuels the paranoia of the present. Online creators rushed to monetize the moment. Live streams popped up overnight with titles screaming, "This is IT." Speculation was sold as certainty with dramatic thumbnails and louder voices. Nobody wanted to be late to the panic party. And still, through all of this, no solid confirmation surfaced. Just echoes bouncing off algorithms. But once a name like Jay-Z is attached to a narrative like this, detachment becomes impossible. The rumor doesn't need proof, it just needs momentum. This is where part 1 leaves us hanging. No verdict, no closure, just a storm gaining speed. The internet is warmed up, the characters are set, and the audience is locked in. Because once curiosity turns into obsession, the real chaos is just getting started. Once the rumor crossed the point of no return, the internet stopped pretending it wanted clarity. It wanted chaos, memes, and a villain by dinner time. And suddenly, every celebrity timeline looked like a group chat that accidentally leaked. Nobody was safe from speculation anymore. What pushed this story into overdrive wasn't new information. It was reaction energy. Rappers started posting cryptic quotes like they were auditioning for a mystery movie. Fans treated silence like a confession and sarcasm like evidence. Memes hit first because memes always hit first. Grainy screenshots were slapped with dramatic captions and ominous music. People compared the situation to everything from old Hollywood scandals to conspiracy, documentaries that start calm and end with paranoia. At this point, the internet wasn't investigating, it was entertaining itself. The wildest part was how fast the narrative kept mutating. One minute the footage was symbolic, the next minute it was decoded. A shadow in the background became a signal. A laugh became a warning, and right in the middle of the madness sat 50 Cent, completely unbothered. No clarifications. No denials. Just subtle pokes that felt like lighting matches near gasoline. Every time he posted anything even unrelated, people swarmed the comments like bees. Fans begged for confirmation while critics begged him to stop. He did neither, which somehow made it louder. Silence became strategy. Other celebrities tried to joke it off, which only made things worse. Sarcastic tweets were screenshot and stripped of context. Jokes were taken literally by people already halfway convinced something dark was unfolding. Comedy doesn't survive well in conspiracy culture. The comparisons got more outrageous by the hour. People said this made past celebrity scandals look like playground arguments. Others claimed the industry was finally being exposed, which is internet code for a, "I don't have proof, but I feel dramatic." Feelings became facts in real time. You could almost hear public trust cracking. Fans who once praised Jay-Z's business genius suddenly questioned every move. Partnerships were reframed as power plays. Success was rebranded as suspicion. Old interviews resurfaced with brand new meanings attached. Pauses were overanalyzed. Jokes were treated like foreshadowing. Anything that didn't age perfectly was dragged back into the spotlight, and the algorithms loved every second of it. Controversy kept people watching longer. Speculation sparked arguments. Arguments fueled engagement, and engagement fed the beast. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Some defended Jay-Z like it was personal. Others insisted this was only the beginning. Most just wanted to be part of the moment. Truth optional, the phrase sentencing kept echoing without context, like a scary word dropped into a dark room. No one could explain it clearly. That didn't matter. Fear doesn't need footnotes. Even people who didn't believe the story admitted something felt off. Not because of evidence, but because of atmosphere. The internet had decided this felt like the start of something bigger. Vibes replaced verification. Meanwhile, critics pointed out the obvious. No legal filings. No official statements. No credible sources willing to put their name on anything, but logic was already late to the party. Once a story reaches this level, facts don't drive it anymore. Momentum does. And momentum doesn't care who it runs over. This wasn't about guilt or innocence anymore. It was about spectacle. About watching powerful names wobble, even slightly. About proving nobody is untouchable in the age of viral suspicion. As the noise grew louder, brands went quiet. Associates stopped posting. Public appearances felt tense, even when unrelated. The rumor didn't need confirmation to create discomfort, and that's when people realized something unsettling. Even if none of this was true, the damage didn't wait for proof. Perception was already doing the work. And perception spreads faster than truth ever could. By now, the audience wasn't asking, is this real? They were asking, what happens next? That's when you know a story has fully taken over. And the fallout was just starting to peek around the corner. By the time the dust should have settled, it didn't. It thickened. Because the most dangerous phase of any scandal isn't the explosion. It's the quiet afterward when everyone starts choosing sides. And suddenly, reputations were being judged by vibes instead of evidence. Jay-Z's name didn't just trend. It lingered. That's how you know something stuck. Trending is noise. Lingering is damage. People started talking about legacy like it was fragile glass instead of concrete. Decades of influence, art, and business were reduced to question marks in comment sections. Not because of proof, but because doubt is contagious. And once it spreads, it doesn't ask permission. Industry insiders went silent in ways that felt intentional. No strong defenses. No loud dismissals. Just calculated distance, like everyone suddenly remembered they had somewhere else to be. That silence became its own headline. Fans read into it like a pause song before the beat drops. Supporters said it meant nothing. Critics said it meant everything. Meanwhile, 50 Cent never changed his tone. No victory lap. No apology tour. Just the same calm chaos he's perfected for years. People argued whether this was calculated, exposure, or just master-level trolling. Some said he was revealing cracks in the industry. Others said he was playing chess while everyone else played reaction. Either way, attention stayed exactly where he wanted it. The biggest shift came in how people felt. Trust wobbled. Certainty evaporated. And suddenly, every powerful figure felt slightly less solid. This wasn't about one clip or one rumor anymore. It became a cultural stress test. How fast will we turn on icons? How little do we need to believe something might be wrong? Jay-Z didn't need to be proven guilty for the narrative to hurt. That's the ugly truth of modern scandals. Suspicion alone can rewrite history. And online, history is always editable. Fans started splitting into camps. Defenders clung to logic and track records. Critics leaned into patterns and intuition. Both sides talked past each other like facts were optional. The industry felt colder. Collaboration slowed. Appearances felt measured. Even unrelated moments carried tension like background static. What makes this situation dangerous is its flexibility. If nothing ever comes out, people will say it was buried. If something does come out, they'll say they called it first. Either outcome feeds the same narrative machine, and that's the real aftermath. Not arrests. Not verdicts. But erosion. Reputation doesn't collapse all at once. It chips, quietly. Public perception doesn't need a gavel to swing. This saga also revealed how much audiences crave exposure stories. Not justice. Not truth. Exposure. People want to feel like they're seeing behind the curtain. Even if the curtain isn't real. Even if the stage is smoke and mirrors. The illusion of insight is enough. As days passed, attention slowly drifted, but not completely. The story went dormant, not dead. Like a tab left open in the background. Waiting for the next update. That's how these scandals survive. They hibernate. Then resurface the moment something vaguely related happens. One tweet, one lyric, one side-eye can wake it up again. Jay-Z's legacy didn't end here. But it didn't walk away untouched either. Because in the internet age, innocence doesn't erase suspicion. It just delays the next accusation. And 50 Cent?
He walked away exactly as expected, entertained, unbothered, proving once again that sometimes the loudest damage is done without saying much at all. The audience is left with questions.
Not answers. And curiosity is the most dangerous ending of all. Because curiosity doesn't fade. It waits. And if history has taught us anything, it's this: the next chapter always arrives when everyone thinks the story is over. And now that you've made it this far, don't act innocent. You didn't click this video for bedtime stories. You clicked because chaos calls, rumors whisper, and scandals slap harder than reality ever does. So do yourself a favor and smash that like button like it owes you money and changed its number. Hit subscribe like you just realized your favorite celebrity has a burner account arguing in the comments. And ring that notification bell like scandals. Drop here faster than apologies after a bad tweet. Because let's be honest, this story isn't finished. It's just loading. And when the next piece drops, you're either early or you're late and pretending you already knew. Now, jump into the comments and tell me what you think. Is this calculated chaos? Master level trolling? Or the internet doing what it does best, turning whispers into wildfires? Argue respectfully or don't. This is the internet after all. Defend your favorites. Call out the clout. Drop your wildest theory like you're auditioning for conspiracy TikTok. And remember, this channel doesn't wait for headlines, we watch them being born. While other pages play it safe, we connect dots people swear don't exist. Every rumor, every eyebrow raise, every "that's weird" moment you weren't supposed to notice. So stay locked in. Stay curious. And stay slightly suspicious, because history keeps proving one thing. The stories that sound the craziest are always the ones that refuse to disappear.